Range anxiety isn't a thing. Just go out there and drive. If that's all you're going to hear from this video, take that with you, because it's not a thing in the current year, and I can't believe I have to say that. So, hello my friends, and welcome back to another video. I was attending the conference this week, and afterwards at the dinner, I was talking to people about driving an electric car, and all of these people are working in the tech industry, in IT. They should not be questioning when I say that I have zero problems with driving from Copenhagen to Barcelona. So from Denmark to Spain, through Germany, France, Luxembourg perhaps. It's not a thing I want to plan for, at least not the charging part. Can I charge, and what can I pay to charge? I'll just go into my car and just drive. So let me show you that. I also already have made videos about traveling through Europe, and my latest one, I went from Denmark and I went down to Germany, Switzerland to Lake Como and back again. And I know I promised the part 3, but there's a spoiler alert. Next 15 seconds if you don't want to hear it. Down in Lake Como, I might not catch it there, but I got coronavirus, and so driving all the way back home was sort of tough, and I didn't record all what I wanted to record, but so I'm having a hard time making that last video work. It'll be there anyway. So as you can see here, driving to Barcelona, 18 hours and 15 minutes driving, 2 hours and 58 minutes charging. And that's perhaps not the most relevant trip that people, at least here in Denmark, are taking. A lot of them will be going from Denmark through Germany, Switzerland or Austria down to Italy. For example, Lake Garda, that's quite a popular destination spot, and Venezia, Venice, there's a lot of campgrounds down here, and it's quite popular to take your car in the summer and drive down here. So let me show you that. It might have recalculated the route. No, it has not. And this is also something I talked about and people didn't believe me. 12 hours and 15 minutes and 1 hour and 32 minutes charging. Now, if we go in and change that and say we want few but longer charges, then recalculate it. It's probably going to say one less charge, but we're going to stay a little longer at one place charging. 4 charges and 1 hour and 44 minutes charging, 12 hours and 52 minutes driving. So I don't know about you, but if I'm going to drive for 13 hours, 1 hour and 44 minutes stopping to charge isn't really a lot of time taking breaks. I know back in the 80s and 90s, some of my family did go from Denmark, around the middle of Denmark, down to Venice in 12 hours, and the rule were that we're only stopping at gas stations to fill up the car, and if you had to visit the restroom, that has to be done within the time it took to fill up the car, and then they were just going again. So if you're doing that sort of thing, yes, you're going to spend a little more time charging. But one thing they did say, the people I was at with the dinner, that realistically, we're probably going to spend 15 minutes at a gas station, because we're going to go in and pay, and sometimes you can pay at the pump now, so that might have gone down a bit, but we're still going to probably spend realistically 15 minutes. So an hour and 44 minutes, I don't really think it's that much longer. So I saw a clip from an interview with Elon Musk somewhere, and he said he might wanted to start doing commercials for Tesla. And I'm thinking, I can't believe I have to say this again, but I think it actually would be good if you were to make commercials saying, hey, get in your Tesla and you can drive, across the United States, you can drive through Europe. You don't need to plan ahead. You don't need to, when it comes to charging, you don't need to worry about, can I charge, whatever you just put in the destination on the navigation in your Tesla and you just drive. It's not a thing. Just do it. And so I think that's just about everything I wanted to say in this video. I don't think we need to make it longer than it needs to be. Just go. And if you want to see my playlist of videos about that, I'll leave a link in the description. It's really hard to make it into a dramatic YouTube video driving a Tesla through Europe and charging. I tried my best using non-Tesla chargers to get some excitement into the whole charging regime, but it's really not a thing you need to worry about. Oh yeah, one more point. one more thing. Something people did say, well, how about having to, whether chargers are full and you can't charge because there's no chargers available. It certainly is a much bigger problem for non-Teslas, but let me show this. And it has also been a bit of a problem with superchargers, let's be honest. But, right, for example, this is more than Tesla chargers. All right, let me show it here. You're going to get a kick out of this name. Here in Middelfart, I'm waiting. There's a supercharger. It's a level 2 or version 2, not level 2, version 2. There's 12 stalls, so 12 Teslas can charge at the same time. I'm not sure if it's open for non-Tesla. It says Tesla drivers only. It might only be for Teslas. It's quite busy. So what do Tesla do when they see this one is quite busy and people can charge? They build a new one over here at McDonald's. It has 24 chargers. This one, I believe, is open to non-Teslas. It's a version 3. So yeah, at Christmas and sometimes around there were a bit of wait time here sometimes, but I was able to stretch my charging to one over here in Slagelse or whatever. I could work around it. There are so many chargers now that you can work around it, and the car even says as much if your planned charger is quite busy. So Tesla is super aggressive when it comes to installing new superchargers, and if they see a problem, they're just on it, and they'll say, yeah, all right, we need to find a new location. If we can't add any more chargers here, we're going to find another place close by where we can add more chargers. And this one's quite good. There's a McDonald's. I don't eat at McDonald's a lot, really, but I do drink their coffee, so I take the drive-in and buy some coffee, and then I charge there a few times. I think I've been there twice or something like that. So, yeah. Let's just stop the video here. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. But I just feel like it's not a thing. It's surprisingly boring, actually, to have to think about the whole charging experience with a Tesla. If you want to make it interesting and exciting, and have a bit of nail biting if you'll be able to charge or not, you need to buy another car than a Tesla, because a Tesla it just works. And I have to sound, I hate that I have to sound like a fanboy like this, because I honestly thought that we had settled this already. So yeah, there you have it. I hope life is treating you well. I'm just going to end the video here because I think I made my point. If you have any additional points, please feel free to let me know. Perhaps Ford. Now Ford have done Tesla in the US, so Ford could make a commercial like that as well. Say, hey, you know what? You could drive across the United States in your Ford, what's it called, F-150 Lightning or whatever monstrosity you're driving. You can do that now. Don't worry about it. Just go. Have fun. Enjoy life. I think that's the message. It's super fun. Cheers.